This isn't a Photoshop. This is real. This very stupid and baseless article was written by Weston Albert, a man virtually nobody knows about. Aside from his Twitter account, there's pretty much nothing about this guy I can find. All there really is to know about him is that he's a frequent publisher for Game Rant, who primarily writes about Destiny. And if you're a writer for Game Rant, what are you doing with your life? So this retard, okay, let me be a little more nice, I guess. This, cunning writer took it upon himself to write a opinion-based article by the title of Why Destiny 2 Coming to PC is Bad for the Community. The very title of this article is cancerous in of itself, but being the shameless attention whore that I am, I thought I'd take it upon myself to read it, and we can analyze it together. Not only is it infested with pure idiocy, but it's also full of peasantry as well. And if you guys know anything about how I feel about peasants, well, I don't particularly like to ignore them. I believe exposing stupid articles such as this will get these gaming news sites to be more strict on what can and can't be published on their site. Furthermore, I don't want anybody going to this man's Twitter and harassing him. I do not encourage that whatsoever. So with all that aside, let's dig in, shall we? According to the latest rumors about Destiny 2, the official sequel to Bungie's popular sci-fi shooter will come to PC and feel like an entirely new game. Bungie has said again and again that it is looking into the possibility of bringing Destiny to PC. But this is the first time the possibility felt substantial, and many fans are excited about the potential a PC release could bring. Destiny being on PC would offer a lot. Many players would prefer to use a mouse and keyboard to play the shooter, which certainly would also see a boost in frame rate. It currently runs at 30 FPS on consoles. It also would introduce the game to a whole new audience and prospective fan base. Those and many more advantages sound very attractive to some. Boom, and just like that, there's your article. No need for any controversy. You could have just left it there. That's a perfectly fine article. But of course, as we all know, in this current day and age, writers feel the need to express their opinion above fact. So this little dipshit tops it off by saying, "But the news that Destiny 2 would be coming to PC doesn't have me as excited. In fact, I'm not a fan of the move at all." That statement in of itself shows just how anti-gamer you truly are. Having preference for a game on a specific platform is understandable to an extent, but when you feel the need to keep a game on one platform rather than have it on multiple platforms, then you're doing more harm than good to that game. Unless any of the reasons you have are valid, which by the way, they're not. That primarily comes from the assumption that Destiny 2 being available on PC would be bad for the community of fans that have formed around the game. Well, there you go. As you said, it's an assumption. Till then, we really have no way of fucking knowing until it's put into practice, do we? While Bungie has not revealed how many people play Destiny on PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One, it's safe to say the majority plays on PS4. From the game's initial launch, it was clear that Destiny favored PlayStation. No doubt, in part, due to Sony paying for exclusives and helping market the PS4, especially as the place to play Destiny. Well, right there's one of the problems that you just revealed. The developers already favored Sony and PlayStation. Platform preference is already the true evil here, and that could have been the bulk of your article, but it wasn't. While there already exists some splintering of the Destiny community because of the divide between PS4 and Xbox One, that's a topic for another time, the community has an amazing sense of connection with each other, content creators and developers at Bungie, because many of them all play Destiny on PS4. A lot of that comes from the fact that the full Destiny experience can be found there. Playing on Xbox precludes players from all the content Destiny has to offer, from crucible maps to exotics. Holy shit! Are you kidding me? So let me get this straight. Instead of being against this, and making an article about it, and how the community isn't fully intact on both platforms, you've instead took it to write an article about how you don't want the game to come to PC. But not only that, it would also seem that you're not against the fact that Xbox players don't get the full Destiny experience. You don't seem to care about that. Gamers play Destiny on PS4 because they want to experience a game at its best. Okay, first off, if you want a first-person shooter at its best, then that shooter needs to be running at 60 FPS. regardless. It's 2017, and the fact that this shooter isn't running at 60 FPS is a joke to the industry and to the gamers themselves. But fine, if the consoles themselves aren't powerful enough to handle 60 FPS, then put it on PC as well. If that's the only place you can achieve 60 FPS, then move it over there. This is why gamers want it on PC. It gives them the option to play that game at its very best, and saying that the game is at its best on PS4, well, that's just a load of shit. Look at a game like Overwatch. Sure, it's on consoles, but the game is much more casual. The PC and console versions are even balanced separately. Everyone knows that if you want the true experience, especially when it comes to competitive play or esports, PC is the place to play. I can see the same happening with Destiny 2. Well, there you go. Already the title of your article is starting to sound even more stupid as you contradict yourself here. When it comes to first-person shooters, you'll be hard-pressed to find any valid reasons why they shouldn't be on PC. First-person shooters on PC are superior in almost every single aspect. So now that you've pretty much stated this, what are you going to do to counteract that? If the PC version of Destiny 2 ran at 60 FPS, one of the most requested feature by fans, and became the home of the competitive scene, a good portion of the community may gravitate towards it. Good! That's a good thing! In terms of gaming, that's natural selection at its finest. Instead of one platform holding DLC hostage in order to get a larger player base, it will be the superior version of the game on the superior platform that wins it out. To introduce a PC version into the mix would undoubtedly splinter the community more than ever, especially when it comes to streamers and content creators who have the means and or commitment to play Destiny in its best form. Are you retarded? I'm genuinely asking, are you retarded? Do not pay attention to what you write. Do not think before you write. Because all I'm getting here is that you want the player base to remain on PlayStation, when the fact that the only thing that kept the player base on there was timed exclusive DLC, and not because it was inherently superior, then it is you that is holding back this franchise from expanding. And when you say splinter, what you really mean is a percentage of the player base migrating to PC or Xbox. And if you are legitimately unhappy about that, then you're an asshole. And with esports being such a big draw, and remember, Destiny just dipped its toes into the MLG pool recently, it's not far-fetched to foresee Bungie focusing more of its efforts on making the PC version of the game the best and allowing that version to drive design decisions. And as it should. Not only will bringing the game to the PC create a larger player base, but it will also bring the game to a true competitive scene, allowing for more skill and aim, reflex, and precision. But even then, are you stupid enough to believe that Bungie would take the PC version of the competitive scene and implement that into the console version? Because just as you said, there is a reason why Overwatch is a completely different game online in comparison to the PC version. And if players wish to truly test their skills, then there's no harm in having a PC version now, is there? That could see the console version suffering because they would become a port than the original design. For someone like me who believes Bungie makes the best feeling shooters on consoles, having that performance be compromised would be demoralizing. Oh god, I can't take this. This is fucking stupid. A console gamer telling PC gamers that a game would be compromised because of them. What? Maybe it's just me not wanting to see the landscape of Destiny change with the new PC Pro gamers moving in to dominate the competitive scene, displacing those who have good thumb skill with a console controller, or seeing my friends list dwindle as friends move onto a PC version, or me just grasping onto what I've always known a Bungie shooter to be, whatever that subjectively means. Maybe instead, all this could create an even better community in the end. But when you're a part of a fanbase that is generally positive and can do awesome things like raise over $500,000 for charity, it's hard to see things change. Obviously, this is all based on rumor and conjecture at this point, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. In the meantime, I have to get back to the plague lands. As an unqualified judge of opinions, yours is absolute dog shit in every way. It's clear as day that you wrote this from the perspective of a console peasant. I've never seen such a salty article in my life. You constantly contradict yourself at every turn in this article. The fact that this was even approved is beyond me. Your opinion is that Destiny 2 coming to PC is bad for the community. But instead of having a solution for each problem you bring up, your overall proposal should be that it just shouldn't come to PC. I know many of you may disagree with what I'm about to say here, but this is why opinionated articles shouldn't exist. Because some people's opinions, such as this dumbass right here, can highly influence a large group of people. Overall, I really hope Destiny 2 comes to PC. Not because I particularly want to play it, but because I just want to rub the salt in the wounds of Weston Albert.